Hi guys, I wanted to conclude my journey of making this CV crew with another video. It took me a while. I could have done this 2 weeks ago, but I struggled to gather up all the credits that are required to buy a CV6. Here you can see I'm down to 4 million, although I can sell the BB2 and BB3. I'm making a BB now. Um, didn't power level the BO though, at least one of the BOs. So I have a bit of cash for sure to buy the BB4, 5 and whatnot. Have to be careful with the points as well. When I have to vet things, sailors. But yes, sorry. By the way, uh, sound quality is bad. I am recording this from the comfort of my couch with the headset on, so sorry about the audio as well. But anyway, first things first, thank you to everybody who helped me out on Discord with tips on how to make a CV these days in 2021. It has been almost 10 years since I last played. I spammed and flooded you a lot on Discord, and many people showed a lot of patience with my stupid questions, especially the guys who helped me most and I remember most, sorry if I don't mention the rest, are Crazy's Ride, Holmes for sure, uh, KMR, Supreme Beard, and Soul Seeker. Yeah, let's go through the crew. We have 8 pilots on this kind of ship, and in my case, we have 7 fighter pilots and 1 recon pilot. I've given them names from the Hot Shots movie. These are fighter pilots, so aces from Hot Shots. It's only right. This is an American CV, US CV after all, right? America. Doug Benson, the Admiral, is the BO. Yeah, so NFX fighters, they still have the 267 vets that they had at level 100 when I made the first video with the SXCV. Um, so, according to your advice, I made them to be 7 plus 1. I could relevel a second scout for them to be 6 plus 2 recon, but with one scout I'm pretty happy. Then we have the sonarman, who only works on the support slots, and we only can fit one seaman, who for sure boosts the ability of fighter pilots. One seaman is definitely, I agree, it's the minimum. I also agree that 2 seamen, I guess, is not as good as 3, so either uneven number seems to be better. So a second seaman would have been stupid, because these days you need the hedgehog shooters. So this leads us to the last part of the crew, the gunners, which are in my case no gunners, again thanks to KMR, to your help. I couldn't have known this for the life of me, no idea that a support sailor can shoot small guns and hedgehogs and stuff. um, I have 2 of those. You can see they're both 125. Everything is 125 here. Only the amount of vets is not good enough. Couldn't vet them all during the last Easter event. So here is the one fighter who couldn't get who didn't want to take the 267 vets. Back then, this was the maximum possible at level 100. Whenever the next event comes up, I will be burning experts and vet them to the max. 337 vets on these. Then for Sonarman, people are teaching me now 3 or 4 million true ability. have to calculate this and boost up the vet amount. Maybe I will leave the scout at this level. Then these support sailors, you can see they are green, meaning hero sailors. They have 14 on repair. So the benefit with the support sailor is that he can repair your ship pretty well. And they have 14 on repair and 14 on reload. I decided to not to get repairers or a super elite repairers or super elite reloaders for the job, because logically, if they were super elite reloaders, repair stat wouldn't have been that great. And to reach the reload cap on these guys, you need some crazy amount of vets. I have forgotten the number, but it is something between 260 and 290 vets for these guys to reach reload cap. But on the other hand, this means that they will repair the ship pretty damn good. So for my BB crew, this makes my job even easier to reach repair cap with hedgehog shooters, and this leaves me a lot of space for engineers, right? So, and the seamen, of course, only 109 vets again. This is now, the seaman is the biggest issue here. So, uh, I will postpone the discussion on the seaman for later in the vid. The way the ship is set up now is at the back I have a gunner slash support sailor who can shoot the most amount of hedgehog guns, and these 5 guns at the front are now not operable. I better use the seaman instead, right? Then when the new vetting event comes, I will be burning quite a few experts, so I will be unlocking quite a few chests, and I have this hope, keep hope alive, that the CV will drop from a chest. It's pretty much impossible, close to impossible, but keep hope alive, right? Um, I would rather spend my RMBs for a BB, not for a CV. But yes, this crew is prepared for a CV7. As you can see, um, when the CV7 arrives, would arrive, I think when I vet my crew to the max, I will get the CV7. If not from a chest, I will do the sacrifice and write a ticket for a CV7, I guess. This crew deserves a CV7. So then the seaman will jump up to the support slot at the top, and I would have 2 shooters, 2 gunners on the ship hull. Or maybe I could leave the seaman on the ship hull and put a repairer, which is kind of stupid because with the second gunner I will have quite a lot of repair, or an engineer at the top. And as I said, 2 seamen is not a good idea. Better have 3. If more than 1, then 3. So yeah, this leads us now to the seaman discussion. Right. And I would like to start the seaman discussion basically with the question, how well do these guys perform? Really? Was it worth it to get red NFX sailors instead of purple super elite? How do they perform in GB? And I can say for sure they are very strong in GB. In most cases I don't have any issues wiping the map clear of planes with these, but in some cases I come against people who have very good crews, or sometimes against people who have not that good crews but can use them well. Again, I learned a lot during the last month from Big Papa Son. I hope I pronounced this Canadian name correctly. I hope I got that right. As Robert De Niro in Comedy Central, with all these terrorist names. I read my drawers. Anyway, Big Papa Son taught me a lot on how to manage my planes in the air, and it's quite a bit of a difference. But still, despite that, in some cases I run against people who kill my shit so quickly. It's as if I've bombers in the air and not fighters. And these are red fighters with 267 vets. So this leads us to the question, what can be improved to reach such a level so that I could compete against such people? And some of them did use US CVs, so the argument can't be, well, other nations are broken or something. I guess the Italian nation is quite broken, but maybe also the Russians. But still, I think it's not the nation. So the first step would be vet the pilots to the max and see. I did the calculations, and now at this state, these pilots have 6.9 million true ability. If I vet cap them with 337 vets, they would have 7.9 true ability. This is 1 million adding to 7 million. This is more than 10%. I don't have a calculator and I cannot do calculations or maths in my head in English because it's not my native language, but I guess it's around below 15%, more than 10%. This will be quite a boost in ability. Uh, yeah, but I'm still not convinced that it will, elevate my pilots to the level so that they could compete with these mopping machines in GB, right? Maybe I'm too harsh on myself. I'm describing the others as mopping machines. It is not that bad, not as bad as I describe it, but considering that I have red pilots, I must elevate this crew to its maximum potential, right? Okay, so this would be the first step. Oh, and by the way, now let's compare them to Super Elite. Super Elite unclassed, so pure fighters like these, with 337 vets, would have 7.16 true ability. So with 7.16, um, super elite vet capped is a little bit more than these that I have right now at 6.9. So I'm almost at the ability level of super elite vet capped, right? So um, the things that I'm going up against sometimes in GB are for sure not, that I have problems with are for sure no super elite crews. Um, so far so good. Now let's talk about the seamen at last. The first question will be, is it the amount of vets on the seamen that is blocking me currently, which is only 109, or is it the amount of seamen? And I assume it is the second, the latter, um, because if uh, you can see how seaman contributes to ability by checking how the lines on a BO grow when you put the seaman on the ship. And if the seaman is skeletonized, or if the seaman has 300 beds, it adds the same amount of BO length sight range, I guess. So I'm assuming, and I might be wrong, that the amount of vets on the seaman does not play a role. Or if it plays a role, it is a very small role. This is why I'm not planning on over vetting this seaman, putting some crazy amounts of vets on him. You can see this is a crew of 1060, so in theory I could put 530 vets on this guy, which I for sure won't do. I will go up to, I guess, 250 or something and leave it there. Maybe not even that. Um, there are some theories that seamen increase ability with some percentage on top of which is calculated based on the base ability of the seaman. So the next steps that I would do on my side would be vet the crew to the max, of course, and then get some more seamen and see what changes. Fortunately, you can get a super elite fighter by just playing VIP missions. I checked it out. I think if you make 10 battles a day with over 100k attack in GB, which is not that hard to do with these imbalanced ships that we have these days. For sure not with the Sevastopol that I'm playing currently. But yeah, then you could win a super elite fighter pilot for free, not having to pay for him. And considering that I'm running out of crews to grind, um, soon I will be leveling some extra seamen. I will probably do 4 more seamen and see how the CV does with 5. But again, where do you fit 5 seamen? So the amounts of slots on this thing are the same as the amount of slots on the Ticonderoga, and as far as I know, on the Boxer as well. But I have to double check. Maybe Boxer has CV7, but I did check and I forgot. It's crazy, but I think Boxer has the same amount. So uh, let's see. So this would be 1, 2 on the ship, and then 3, 4 seamen. Then, so with 6 fighter pilots, I could put 5 seamen. So, and 6 pilots is very good amount of pilots. I have grinded this crew only with 6 pilots. I have never ever played the Ticonderoga with 7 fighter pilots on it anyway. So this would be a curious thing to find out for sure. Okay, well, sorry if I bored you. I just wanted to pour my knowledge or assumptions out for whoever is interested to know. Now the last part of the video is the boring one, the bragging one. It's not about bragging, it's about showing you guys what I've done. So all the crew is 125. I just want to share my happiness with somebody. It's not like I can go to my mom and tell her about my crew. Yeah, what would she say? Great crew, son. You've wasted a few weeks of your life. I'm proud of you. Right? So it's about, I don't know, acknowledgement, attention, I don't know. So the crew is leveled up to the max. CV6 is ready to use. The boring part, this is the setup. Armor, 0.2 belt, of course, for torpedo. Damage reduction by 50% almost. Then we have it's bulged up to the max, to the top. Defense power is good enough with 160, so no bulkhead needed. We have the highest level FCS on it, the engine with the most horsepower, and it's hedgehogged up. The ship is, which makes it look very ugly in the waiting rooms and in GB. So I prefer a nice clean deck without any guns on it. So let's show it off in game. Also, a very fortunate thing that happened is that exactly today the fleet got reformed. So we have the new sweet um, BAMF logo to show off on top of this. So this was fortunate as well. Here's the ship, also in game. This is my second midway, by the way. I have a UK Royal, how do you call this? RN, Royal Navy, a midway as well. So my second midway. I have one DeGrasse as well, KM DeGrasse. Yeah, name is Air Jordan in honor of Steven Seagal. He proposed this name to me. So the nice logo, the nice medal. This is the ship. pretty happy with it. Okay, well, thanks for watching to whoever held out till the end of this. I'll be seeing you guys. Bye bye.